Hey guys, another video, and I just done one last night, so I'm not going to say it's been a while. Here's left turn Bill. Excuse me, sorry. We had a lot going on earlier, so I flipped my radio on. My goodness, I'm sorry. Let me turn that completely off. Left turn Bill. So I said I was going to get on this truck tomorrow, which would be Friday, but I wanted to get a little bit something done today. I've been working on my little work car. It's a little Nissan Rogue. I put spark plugs, coil packs, and a fuel pump in it, and a front driver's side CV axle. The car's got a few little issues. I think it's got something to do with the CVT transmission. Those things kind of suck, and anyway, it's a long story, but the car was pretty much free to me. It was my wife's. I bought my wife a new one, and they didn't want to give us trade-in on it. So anyway, I've just been driving it for the last several years, and it's kind of starting to act up a little. Anyway, we'll save that for a whole nother video. So I got done with that, and I figured I would put the rear lift shackles on left turn Bill here. This is Mr. PIB's 84 c-10 truck, I believe. Pretty good old truck now. You know, they've done a lot of work to it, Mr. and Mrs. PIB. This was a 6-cylinder truck, 3-speed. We put a 354 speed in it. The truck's been lowered. The truck's had a whole bunch of metal work, and Mr. and Mrs. PIB have painted the entire truck with a rattle can. They like patina stuff just like me. Most of y'all that are on my channel came from his channel, so y'all probably already know this truck, but for the ones that don't, that's kind of the story behind it. So we lowered this truck, and it's going to be very hard to see in this video. It's going to be very subtle in the video, but there's a marked difference in person. So when we first lowered the truck, we done let me back the camera up a little bit, that might help. Sorry about that. When we first lowered the truck, we were just trying to find the cheapest way to lower it. So we done a 3 and 5, which is what we ordered. I believe it was actually a 3 and 6 because it was a flip kit in the rear and a 3-inch spring up front. And the best, to my knowledge, a rear flip kit gives you 6 inches in the rear. So I don't know why they're calling it 3 and 5. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. So it's got a 3-inch spring up front, a flip kit in the back, and it has a 1-inch lift shackle now in the rear. So I'm trying to give you kind of a visual of how the truck sets. It sets pretty much level now. It was a little lower in the rear than it was in the front, and I've seen a bunch of trucks like this up the rod running around. And the reason being, the 3.5 kits are cheap. I think when we ordered this kit, it was like $180. And I'll tell you, bang for the buck, this is not a bad way to go. If you get on eBay, you can order the 3-inch springs for around $100. You can order a flip kit. If you look, now you've got to look around, but you can order a flip kit anywhere from $30 to $50, U-bolts and all. I've got 3 of them sitting right here in my floor. And then the rear lift shackles are about $50, $40 to $50. So you're looking at maybe $200 to lower your truck. Now, with that being said, that's not counting labor or ball joints, tie rods, whatever you get into up front. That's not counting all that. We did replace the upper and lower ball joints in this truck. Several little things you might run into, but again, just for flip kit, lift shackle, and lower and spring up front, $200, and you can get your square body or whatever, lowered down on the cheap. You can also just order a flip kit and cut your front springs. I've seen that done, but as far as safety is concerned, this is probably the cheapest way to do it, and again, still be safe and not have anything to worry about. So just wanted to show y'all the truck. We still got to finish up power steering on it, power steering gearbox, power steering pump, getting the pulleys lined up, belts, all that crap. It'll be a little bit aggravating, but that's okay. We may end up having to put a steering column in it. This one has got a little issue. I'm gonna try to fix it, but Aside from that, we have to put a pilot bearing in it, which shouldn't take that long. But any time I say it shouldn't take that long, it takes twice as long as it should have. So we'll just see how tomorrow goes. I'm hoping to get this thing wrapped up tomorrow. Hope and pray anyway. I'd like to see it back home and give Mr. and Mrs. PIB something else to do. Guys, as always, I appreciate you watching. I'll try to update y'all tomorrow where we're at on this thing. We'll catch you later. See you on the next one.